This is the video for the density lab, and you should watch this until you kind of know what you're supposed to be doing on the day that we do this lab inside of class. When you get to your lab station, this is what you should find. You should find an unknown object with a letter on it in a baggie. You will find a 50 milliliter beaker. You will find a 50 milliliter graduated cylinder, and you will find a weighing boat and an electric balance. When you come into class, you're going to take your stuff and put it in your student cubbies, and you can put it anywhere in the classroom, and they should all be unlocked right now. Place your black backpack and supplies in your student cubbies and leave out something to write with and a computer per group. Locate the unknown object at your lab station, which is this, and then we're going to measure the mass using an electric scale. When you come into class, you'll have to plug in your electric scale. They should be unplugged when you come in. And we'll move this closer as we need to learn how to zero it or tare it. So I'm going to press the 0 button to get it to come on, and we can see that it's 0.0. And this is a weighing boat. You would never put your object to measure directly on the plate because it could be, I don't know, hot or dirty or something. So we're going to measure always with a weighing boat. And as you can see, it's measuring 2.9 grams. You can change the units, but today we want grams definitely. And so I don't want that as part of a measurement. So I'm going to zero the scale again and put it back to 0. Now I'm talking, so my air is coming over, and it's going to kind of make it weird, but we know it's okay. I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to write on my scratch piece of paper, now I'm talking again so it's going to move, that this marble weighs 6.2 grams. And I can take this off, and I can leave that in there, and I'll move my scale over here, and I'm finished with it actually for this lab. So I'm going to just unplug it again and make sure that it's set over on the side. Alright, so that's how you tare a scale. Then you wrote down the measurement on a scratch piece of paper, and each student during this time period needs to write down their own. This was an issue in the last lab, and then you guys were comparing at the end. You need to write down your own. I will not let you get stuff from your group afterwards, and you'll need it for your conclusion. Add about, and when I say about, it does not need to be perfect, but close, 20 milliliters of water to a graduated cylinder. So here's my 20 milliliters, and I've got my baby beaker. And I'm remembering that there's going to be a tiny curve in this, and I'm going to read it from the meniscus. So at the bottom it should hit, and then I'm going to measure how much is in here. So I think I'm pretty good at 20, and then I'm going to record that initial value on my scratch piece of paper, and I'm going to now tilt the graduated cylinder, and this is very important so that we don't break anything. I'm going to tilt the graduated cylinder, and I'm going to carefully add my object. Alright, now when that's done, I'm going to measure and record the final volume, and it looks like I went up by a little bit, and so I'm going to record that volume on my scratch paper. And that's it for the lab. Then you'll do the write-up. So clean up and disposal, and I'll help 6th hour with this, but make sure that your scale is unplugged. Use your fingers as a filter and pour the water back into the beaker that it came from, and get the object out of your graduated cylinder. So I'm just, whoa, that didn't work out for me. But now I've got this, and I've got my graduated cylinder. These can just be pushed back. And I'm going to put this here. And then I would have a piece of paper towel, and then I'm going to put the wet object on the piece of paper towel so that it can dry for the next group. Alright, On a piece of paper towel and return to your side station. Place the beaker of water and the graduated cylinder on the side of your station. Place the weighing boat to the side, which we did. Remove your gloves and your goggles and or your gloves in the garbage, and remove your goggles and place them back neatly in the container. And that is your lab, and then you will be doing a write-up. For this lab, you're going to need to know the formula for density, which will be on a sheet of paper that gets handed out in class, and we will use a math triangle to figure that out. So that is the lab. Thank you.